Welcome back to the Daily Signal and to another Battlefront Briefing. Today's episode is going to hurt a little because this one hits closer to home than most people realize. You have seen the title, Think Your Keyboard is Safe? Well, after what happened to Logitech, the answer is no, not anymore. Let me connect the dots for you. A few days ago, Cl0p, yes, the same cybercrime syndicate behind the MOVEit disaster, hit Logitech through a 0-day in Oracle's e-business suite. And while on paper that looks like just another enterprise breach, here's the part no one's talking about. When a hardware vendor gets breached, your devices become part of the attack surface. Your keyboard, your mouse, your webcam, the software they install, the drivers, the support portals you log into, all of that becomes intelligence fuel for the next wave of attacks. Cl0p didn't attack you directly. They attacked the people who make the things sitting on your desk. And what they stole, all 1.8 terabytes of it, is exactly the kind of information criminals use to craft targeted, believable, devastating attacks against you, your employer, and everyone connected to Logitech's ecosystem. Today, we are going to break down exactly how that happens and how you can, of course, defend yourself. So let's get into it. All right, here's the attack chain in its simplest and scariest form. On the left, we've got the internet, specifically Cl0p scanning for vulnerable Oracle eBusiness Suite servers. Then comes the key event, a 0-day exploit on Oracle EBS. No password, no credentials, no user action required. Just a single request and boom, full remote code execution. From there, Cl0p lands on Logitech's application server, pivots into internal databases and file shares, and begins siphoning data like a vacuum cleaner on turbo mode. The result? 1.8 terabytes of internal data exfiltrated without alerting operations, shutting anything down, or triggering ransomware. This was not a smash and grab. It was a silent data harvest. And this is why the breach matters. When a 0-day hits a widely used enterprise platform, the criminals don't just break into one company. They break into every company that uses it. Logitech was one of them, and unfortunately, one of the most impactful. Everyone still calls Cl0p a ransomware gang, but let's be honest, that's outdated. Cl0p is a 0-day exploitation cartel with a business model. Look at the timeline at the bottom. Accellion, Go Anywhere, MOVEit, and now Oracle EBS. Notice a pattern? They don't target companies, they target platforms. Why? Because one exploit equals dozens, hundreds, or thousands of victims all at once. Then, on the right, you see their funnel, their actual revenue engine. Step 1, acquire or develop a 0-day in a widely used platform. Step 2, mass exploitation. Hit everyone before the patch lands. Step 3, build a data vault per victim. Emails, contract, credentials, source code, internal docs. Step 4, monetize via extortion and resale. And believe me, stolen data has a very long shelf life. Logitech is not an outlier. Logitech is proof of a scalable, recurring business model. This isn't ransomware 2019, this is data theft as a service, and Cl0p is the market leader. Here's where things get uncomfortable. The cylinder in the middle, that's the 1.8 terabyte Logitech leak. And every icon around it represents a new class of attack that becomes possible because of that leak. Let me break it down. Phishing, With real emails, real threads, real signatures, real purchase orders, attackers can craft phishing messages that are basically indistinguishable from reality. BEC 2.0 or business email compromise. Fake supplier invoices that reference real deals, real SKUs, real pricing. Finance departments fall for this stuff instantly. Supply chain attacks. Criminals impersonate Logitech to target their customers and vendors. So even if you were not breached, you are still in the blast radius. Credential abuse. If any passwords, API keys, or tokens were embedded in those stolen files, they get used in automated credential stuffing attacks for months. Recon. The leaked org charts, product plans, internal docs, they are a roadmap for attackers to plan long game intrusions. AI training. This one is new. Criminals are now feeding stolen inboxes into LLMs to generate automated spear phishing campaigns. So yeah, the Logitech leak is not just a leak, it's a criminal data lake, and thousands of future attacks will be born from it. Here's the part no one wants to admit out loud. Cl0p can attack a global brand like Logitech and face absolutely zero consequences. Look at the map. That glowing zone over Eastern Europe and Russia, that's the cybercrime safe haven. Cl0p, also known as Fin11, operates in jurisdictions with weak extradition, no meaningful cybercrime enforcement, and geopolitical incentives that tolerate or quietly benefit from Western disruption. As long as they don't target domestic institutions, as long as they direct their attacks outward, they enjoy de facto immunity. This creates a thriving ransomware cartel economy, which you see on the right. Zero-day developers, initial access brokers, Cl0p operators, money launderers, negotiators. It's a full-on supply chain, a multinational criminal industry with roles, personnel, and specialization. Meanwhile, Western companies like Logitech face SEC disclosure rules, GDPR fines, NIS2 obligations. The victims face the consequences, not the attackers. So, when Cl0p hits Logitech, they are not worried. They don't hide. They literally brag about it. And this imbalance, this geopolitical asymmetry, is one of the biggest reasons these attacks keep happening. This slide is one that should worry every viewer, whether you work in security or not. Because a breach like this doesn't end when the company patches the vulnerability. It actually begins there. Here's the life cycle of a modern data extortion breach. Short term, 0 to 3 months, Cl0p goes straight for Logitech. They pressure high-value partners, they leak sample data to prove authenticity. This is the extortion phase, the part that hits headlines. Midterm, 3 to 12 months, now it gets darker. Because once Cl0p has squeezed what they can, the data spreads. Other groups buy or trade it on dark markets. Phishing and BEC attacks spike against Logitech employees, enterprise customers, key suppliers, and integrators. By month 6, this breach becomes a weaponized supply chain attack. Long term, meaning 12 months and above, this is where the seed becomes a forest. The stolen data reappears in credential databases. Attackers use it for password cracking, deepfake pretexting, and social graphing. And here's the worst part. Some victims will be hit next year without ever knowing Logitech was the root cause. This is the hidden cost of zero-day exploitation. You don't need to be breached to be affected by someone else's breach. And that's exactly why this matters to you. All right, this is the practical part, the part you should screenshot, because in a world where 0 days hit platforms instead of companies, your third-party stack is now your attack surface. Let's break it down fast and tactical. Treat critical third-party apps as tier 0 assets. ERP, MFT, VPN, IAM, cloud consoles. If they manage identity, data, or access, they are crown jewels. Put them behind SSO, MFA, VPN, no public exposure. 2. Patch like your job depends on it, because it does. Track vendor advisories, prioritize remote code execution flows in widely deployed platforms. 3. Assume data will leak. Minimize the blast radius. Don't hoard data. Segment sensitive info. Encrypt what matters. 4. Harden identity and privileges. MFA everywhere. Privileged access management for admin accounts. Kill dormant accounts. 5. Monitor egress, not just ingress. Most companies only watch the front door. The Logitech breach proves attackers walk out the back with terabytes of data. 6. Prepare for extortion before it happens. Decide now, are you a pay or a no-pay organization? Build a playbook specifically for data extortion, not ransomware encryption. 7. And if you are a Logitech customer or partner, expect phishing that uses real names, real project details, real contact. Train finance and procurement to confirm every request. This is how you stay alive in a world where your vendors can get you hacked. So, what did we learn? That a breach at a hardware vendor can become your breach. That 0 days don't target companies, they target ecosystems. And that Cl0p's business model is data farming at scale. But here's the good news. If you understand the attack chain, if you harden your identity, if you treat your third-party stack like tier 0, you can stay ahead of 90% of what's coming. Before you go, if this breakdown helped you understand the real threat landscape, hit like, drop a comment, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next Battlefront briefing. And if you want more episodes just like this one, deep technical dives, threat intel, and strategic breakdowns, check out the rest of the playlist in the description. I am Max, Point Break Security, and I'll see you on the next Frontline.